Okay, well, there you go. There you go. We good? Oh, okay, cool. I guess we just started straight to start. That doesn't this looks very professional, chat. Do we just did I don't see anyone joining. Come on, keep coming in. Keep coming in, chat. Today there is a great tragedy that has befallen us. There is a there's a crime that has been committed against the realms of the Christian anime scam. Yes, yes. You must come join, chat. You must come join. Usually we get way more viewers, but obviously YouTube doesn't do this very well. Yeah, I know. I know. Welcome Kev. Welcome Sharp. Yes, Ace Econ. Ace Econ knows. All right, looks like everyone's finally come join. Welcome Kaminari fan. God's version. What scam? Yes, we're about to discover what the scam is. Welcome Pokorovi. Um, welcome Chris Joe Max. It is most rather unfortunate that what has befallen us this has befallen us today. Give us a second. I wasn't planning to stream today, but this just came up this morning. So usually like I try as much as possible in wanting to I guess let's get this into the Discord so people know. I try as much as possible in wanting to like um engage in the community. So this is literally the only reason why I managed to actually catch this particular comment. No, there are a few things that you can like pick up on in terms of how you can tell that this was a scam. Um, it- I cannot be a scam, Mr. R says. If that were the case, you wouldn't know the scripture as well as you I do. Brother podcast, if anyone calls you a scam, they do not know who you truly are. No, 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 no. This is genuinely serious. So, I was let's not let's do it like that. There we go. So, genuinely, I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked when I saw this comment. So, there's someone that's been going around. I did spot it quite early, so that's good. Well, not quite early, like 58 minutes. 58 minutes before they started doing it. Yes, it is false advertisement. Welcome Wyatt S. Um, but basically, there are a few signs. And it's very hard. Like I do recognize it is a bit difficult to tell because you can see the name that they've used is Christians Anime Podcast rather than Christian Anime Podcast. So they're using Christians plural. So that's one of the things that you can see that, oh hey, maybe this isn't so right. But if I recognize that if you just got this reply to you and someone just went with you someone just replied to you in the comments and then you thought, oh hey, Christian Anime Podcast is actually replying to me. Oh no, there is a way to tell. There is actually a way to tell if it's me or not, right? And you can see here in the comments, right? You can tell that it's me, right? If I have commented, I've got like a gray background behind my actual username. And you can see here, and you can see here. Like it's pretty easy to tell. It's good to tell. It's easy to tell if I'm actually replying to you and if I'm actually not. Um, yeah, just an hour ago, I would have said. I've seen those around other channels. So yeah, just check the profile and look at the subscribers as well. So that's ultimately all it is. I think it's just good to be aware because I'm aware some of you might not be as tech savvy and aren't aware that, oh hey, maybe there are people who do this or who are able to do this, but it's good to be aware of these things. Some other things about this as well. Yeah, I gave some pointers, but let's read through this comment, and here are some pointers as to whether or not it's me actually talking to you. So I say here, my brethren, I come against every power that fights against your progress, your breakthrough, your success, and your destiny to lose their hold in your life in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, which is like using the name of Jesus in vain. But at the same time as well, did you get bamboozled, Orlando Bot? Oh no. I hope you didn't. I hope you didn't call this number. Have you reported the account and tried to take it down? Okay, so my the approach that I've decided to take in regards to this is to just hide the user from the channel. The reason why that's the case, so you can do this thing where you can go into the you can like press the three dots thing and then open it up and then just hide the user. The reason why I do that is because this guy who is probably who is using this account is probably like using a bot to do it, and he's not actually checking if the bot is able to get anything on it. So I would prefer if the account just kept making comments, but YouTube hides the comment. So I don't think reporting actually makes it's not it's not a good idea to report. The reason why is because the account gets taken down, and then they are given a sign that they should recreate the account. That's all it is. So welcome, Salami. Yes, absolutely wild, absolutely wild. There's a couple of other things. So first of all, right, I don't ever do this, right? I come against every power. Like this is all like Pentecostal gobbledygook, right? I never say this. I never say this. Okay. And you already know. I think that's a good way to discern whether or not this is me speaking, which is like you guys already know what my accent is. You already know how I sound. Welcome, Ian. You already know like how I speak. The tone of my voice. No, this guy doesn't sound exactly like me. All right. If you were to put my accent and transpose this over and then just say it in your head with my accent, like you should be able to tell whether or not this is me. So I'm Baptist. I'm Baptist Orlando Button. So yeah. It looks like low effort trolling. I don't think it's trolling. Like it's genuinely the fact that this guy actually put over a number kind of indicates that this isn't like a this isn't a troll. Like this is an actual scam that someone's decided to do, which I'm not surprised by because I've gotten way too many emails. Like the most recent email. No, I'm not gonna call the freaking number. Maybe okay. Maybe we should do that. We should do that as a joke stream. We'll call the number that we'll WhatsApp the guy. Yeah, he didn't even say twaddle once. Like this isn't me. This isn't me at all. So just note that I'm never gonna like say any of this Pentecostal gobble. If you are Pentecostal, my sincerest apologies, but that's what it sounds like to me. It's like I don't use that vocabulary, right? And I won't ever pray for you in the comments either. So for this guy to be doing that, like I won't ever refer to you like with like, oh, my brothers or my brethren, right? I like you for those of you who are already aware with how I comment usually, I comment in a really really trolly way sometimes. Like it's usually short. I'll never write an essay like this as well. So yeah, I can write long comments sometimes, but it'll never be an essay like this. So yeah, he didn't say Oomphy either. Like that's all it is. The best Bible moments: John the Baptist meets Marvin the Episcopalian. Too long, didn't read. Okay, up next. I prophesy to you today. Again, like I'm not gonna prophesy to you. Like I'm not Pentecostal. That the blessings of God will locate you, and you will witness the glory of God. I prophesy elevation in all that you do. I prophesy the favor of God in all ramifications of your life. All ramifications, guys. I don't know what like all ramifications. Like the bad English as well is a surefire sign to it's a good indication as well to see that it's kind of a womp womp. So yeah, it is your season of glory. Hallelujah. I prophesy against every force that holds you and your family back from losing their hold in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen. I prophesy against every spirit of sickness, obstacle, setback, disappointment, and failure to be rendered useless. Oh boy. You will be the next to witness. You will be greater than you think. God will lift you higher. As I was praying, again, like this is all Pentecostal imagery, all Pentecostal vocabulary. I'm not gonna do that. You're not famous until someone makes a scam of you. So I've been told. I know it's like you've kind of made it on YouTube when someone starts impersonating you. So yeah, too long didn't read. Okay, I'm so sorry, Christina. It was a weird sentence to do it. My English is pretty bad. You know what? That's a bannable offense right there. I'm gonna ban you straight away. Silly salami slapper. And funnily enough, silly, Mr. Salami, when I look down here I have the top chat, and up here I have the full live chat, and it looks like YouTube has already censored your racism on the top chat, so it wasn't actually visible to see on top chat. So there you go. You've kind of made it when people make you their personal enemy. For real, for real. So yeah. What else is here? As I was praying, the Lord showed me a revelation about you. No, like I'm never gonna like it's oh my god, it's again, it's Pentecostal gobbledygook. Um showed me a revelation about you, that the world is about to celebrate with you, but I saw the hands of enemies trying to hold back your blessings. And the Lord said, it is time for your deliverance and total restoration of your turnaround in your life and that of your family's life. Oh my goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me. Again, reminder, guys, like, look, you can see here, like, again, it's not an official account. Like, so again, I just want to continuously remind you guys that these are the signs that it's not me probably speaking, which is like, you can see here in the comments, right, how the official account will have the gray background against it, or I don't think it's gray. It might still be gray in light mode, but always note it's going to be a gray background. You can see here this account doesn't have the gray background on it. I'm not gonna speak in Pentecostalisms. Those are the sorts of things. Brother podcast on this sounds like a heretic trying to speak in the language of truth and failing miserably. For real, for real. But I think this is the thing, right? Which is like, I'm always very sympathetic towards people who do fall for scams, because generally they are people who are like, anyone can fall for a scam, right? Anyone is able to, like, anyone can put their guard down, right? Anyone's able to, like, um they're not sometimes you might just have had a bad day, and then you just see in your notifications, oh hey, podcast on actually commented on me. So yeah, did they pay for the Twitter Blue? No, this is on YouTube, so it wouldn't be the case. They do this to every Christian YouTuber. Yes, yes, it means I'm goated. For real, for real. Thank you, Sarah. Pentecostal podcast versus Baptist podcast, then. For real, for real. Um, what else? Where was I up to? To make this prophecy manifest, you must sow a seed of faith in these motherless children. Barnabas Motherless Foundation, somewhere in Edo State. Proverbs 19:17 says, he who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord. When we give to the poor, expressing our love and pity to them, we are not wasting our money. I mean, this is generally like how Jesus was tempted in the wilderness, and then and Satan gives Bible verses. This is the exact same. Again, like, I don't speak like this. No, I don't think this is AI generated. This looks like someone actually wrote this. The reason why I say this is because there's some grammatical mistakes, which means I don't think it's AI generated, because I think it's someone with bad English who has written this. So that's all it is. First look, I thought it was podcast on tripping on hallucinogenic. For real, for real. I'm curious about my age, not judging. I'm 20-ish. I'm pretty sure I'm the youngest of the Christian VTubers and the Christian VTuber community. I'm pretty sure I am. I've got to be the youngest. Even amongst like the all the Christian anime YouTubers, I'm probably the youngest. So I'm 20-ish is all it is. Red Hussar, that is incredibly racist of you. I figured at least 30-ish. Oh my goodness. You know what? I don't mind. I don't mind if you thought I was 30-ish. So that's all it is. You're a little offended by my reactions on the comments on theological discussions. What? You what, mate? It's not racist if it's true. Red Hussar. Oh my goodness. You thought that's a bannable offense right there. I'm banning you right now. Silly salami slapper. You're not allowed on. I'm putting you in timeout for 50 million billion years. For 50 million billion years. That's all it is. All right. It is like bringing the money to the Lord himself. Call or WhatsApp the doctor in charge of the orphanage. Da 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 da. Remember that every seed you give ensures a harvest. The more you give, the more you live. As you give, your life will be purified in Jesus' name. Amen. Like this is like it's cringe. It's cringe. Like you've got like you can see again, I'm not word of faith, right? So you can see like the word of faith, like, oh, you gotta sow a seed. You gotta sow a seed, right? It's not there. I'm never gonna give you a phone number either to call. And what else? And I'm not gonna randomly pray / prophesy over you. So those are just some of the things. I hope you guys like. I just wanted to give you those sorts of pointers. In terms of this is this is not me. This is probably not me. That's all it is. the so yeah. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that this is the case now on YouTube, that we kind of do have to deal with this. But yeah, it is what it is, right? It is what it is ultimately. I think it's not it's just something that we have to live with. In the reality of living in a fallen world, like there are going to be actual scammers. So there are going to be people who scam. So yeah. Whoa, Kenyon's here. Welcome, welcome. There's someone impersonating me. That's all it is, Kenyon. So yeah, there's someone who's decided to impersonate me and spat off some Pentecostal garbage. One of the benefits of being over, I wouldn't say it's a benefit, but it's like one of the consequences. Wait, so what is the scam for? No, so I'm assuming what happens, because it's a phone call scam, is that you'll call the guy, and then the guy will say, "Oh, can you Venmo me like $1 billion trillion or whatever it is?" And then the person who does that, you got notified and was like, "What?" It's so over. Yeah, I know. Um, so it's like I'm assuming that's how it happens. That's how it happens, right? How do people still do these scams and not get that God will not take this lightly? It is beyond me. Like again, it's like, is it Nigeria? So not Indians. They're Nigerians. You could pronounce Nigeria in a very different way and get I could get cancelled as well. Is it a legit page? Really? Barnabas Motherless Foundation. I mean, it might be a real foundation. It's just that they're using a real. Well, it doesn't. I don't know what you're looking at. No, I don't think it's even the website that's here. Oh, okay. So this is the alleged real website, the Barnabas Motherless Foundation. Welcome to Barnabas Motherless Foundation. Please note that the image below is a captured property of the name been authorized on this website. It's a blog as well. It's on Blogspot. Like the URL is Blogspot, so I don't think it's legit. Um, may their Lord be your strength. Does anyone know that meme with the Nigerian Christian radio channel? I don't. That's insane. He's in Nigeria, which explains the desperation. Yes, yes. Um, Nigerian Princess is a one of the original scams, which is like someone would email you, oh hey, I'm a prince from Nigeria, and I need your help. Can you give me money so that I can escape? So yeah. Are they using a proto language? Because this doesn't seem very coherent. Again, like it's people with bad English. That's all it is. Um, well, I think that's the account number. Please, we need some help. I can send a donation to you. I tried calling your phone number, though it will not go through. Tell me how. Poor Patricia. This Patricia Rogers person. Oh dear, oh dear. Please reply if you have checked the above. Give me your email address. You know the fact that they're like this comment has been removed by the author. Oh wait, no, that might be another thing. It's a Korean name. This account is not from our account details. Is Barnabas Omonom. Is this your account or I've been scammed? Oh no, poor Charisma. I think she's got the idea already. Okay, cool. Note this detail for payment are only for those abroad. So yeah. We can report abuse. Oh wait, no, you can't see it on my thing. I can go on the report abuse tab. Wait, am I? No, okay, cool. Sorry, I thought I just doxed myself there. No. Okay, cool. So there we go. There we go. That's pretty funny, not gonna lie. But I think it's just it is what it is. As Barnabas thought about applying at McDonald's, a Nigerian McDonald's maybe. As a professional genealogist, I can assure you that those are Somalian children on the picture, not Nigerian. That's comical. That's hilarious. Reporting abuse on the internet is like CPS in America. It runs backwards on toilet water. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It is what it is. But I guess all we can do. Look, I didn't expect. I didn't expect at a channel my size right now. Which isn't that I don't. It's still it's a small channel, but it's relatively big compared to others. So I will recognize that. I think for a channel our size, I didn't think it was like we were going to deal with this problem anytime soon. So that's all it is. It's funny when I get these because I actually know and already support missionaries trying to start an orphanage in Nigeria, and people probably think they're scammers when I say that. Yeah, that's the thing, which is like there's probably real real people being affected by this. So yeah. It's a benefit because anytime you say something out of pocket, you can point to the scammer. I might use that. I'm not gonna bear false witness though, but I'll use that another time. The only thing I could really believe you would scam people for would have to be bocce related things. You know, I still remember what you told me, what I was gonna do, that I was gonna reveal in April. And I might still do that for a stream if I have the time, so it's pretty funny. So I came up with this wild take after doing some study. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius was pro-Roman anti-Christian propaganda circa 80-100. Well, I'm not surprised that Romans were the original Roman emperors before Constantine were very anti-Christian. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. With that, I just wanted to what am I looking for? There's a video I was watching just yesterday that I kind of wanted to react to. We're not gonna at the person, but it's in regards to like, because I know this is actually issue. So now that we've talked about scams, I want to talk about this issue now, because I know some people have already bonked me or criticized me for opening up channel memberships, having a channel membership, or the fact that I have a channel membership in the first place, or the fact that I push for channel memberships. Those are the sorts of things that people are like, oh, hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing that for a YouTube channel that's also related to the gospel. But I think ultimately, like, I am intending for this to be my full-time work. This isn't going to be I'm not intending this just to be a side hustle or to do something else. Like, I'm genuinely treating this channel as much as possible. I do want to treat this as a business. So that means it has to be profitable somehow. And the only way I see that long term to be profitable is to be through channel memberships. Now, the reason I say this is because the video we're about to react to today is criticism of a Christian YouTube channel. You may know them, Ruslan, and how Ruslan charges in terms of merchandise, in terms of conferences. Those are the sorts of things that this video we're about to react to is criticizing. So we're gonna take a look at this. And yeah, I want to hear your thoughts as well. Like, if you generally think that it's bad that I'm wanting to push channel memberships on the channel as well. This is what I mean by, like, it's good that we had like the Christian anime scam as the title of this, because some people might say, oh, I'm scamming you by trying to open up channel memberships. Jam, you're a bit late. So these are the things. Welcome a guy with a girl profile picture. Considering you're an Australian living over there, and it is a living hell, I understand your desire to stay at home at all costs. So, yes. So we're going to react to this now. This guy's going to say, oh, hey, maybe Christians shouldn't be doing this. And I'm going to provide a defense to Ruslan, because I don't think it's not bad what Ruslan's trying to do. So yeah, that's my thesis as we're reacting to this.
I'm going to talk about the top.
That's muted. Oh, that's great. I don't actually hear it because I haven't actually connected my thingamabob. So Jover. Where are you all watching from, by the way? I'm assuming we've got mostly Americans here. Unless we've got other people. Yes, humans need to eat and need money. Make money. Oh, it's not that we need money. It's just we need to make money somehow. So yeah. Red Hussar, I know you're not from Hyperborea. Keep the memberships podcast on. You do intend to get one. Thank you, Reagan. We've got a Canadian. We've got Argentina, Malaysia. That's a surprise to me. Cool. You've got Canadians and Americans. So yeah. You're from Kepler 528. That's another bannable offense. You know, bearing false witness, silly salami slapper. That's or you've already been timed out. From Cheetowns, Minnesota, USA, with a governor that made himself a joke. It's so Jover at that point. Governor Walls. So yeah. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, let's see if I can hear this now.
I'm going to talk about the type of...
Okay, cool. So he's going to talk about something. I think we're going to get through this. Hopefully, we're going to get through this today. So let's go.
I'm going to talk...
Yeah, what happened? Wait, just so that you get caught up, Miguel, just go to the latest community post that I made. And you'll basically it's just this, and you'll get caught up. That's all that happened, which is there's people impersonating me, wanting to get your money, and that's all that it is. Okay, cool. Let's get to this.
I'm going to talk about the type of greed that can take place in ministry, and I'm going to use popular YouTuber Ruslan KD as an example.
Now, just note the way that he's framing this as well, that he's trying to frame that Ruslan is greedy. which is, I don't think, and the way that he frames it it definitely does make it seem that way, but it's not necessarily the case.
I'm going to play some clips and show you some things that are going to reveal some disturbing mindsets and practices.
Yeah, let's put this on 1.5 speed.
I'm going to estimate how much Ruslan makes from ministry work, and then I'm going to play you a clip where he says how much he feels he needs to make from ministry work. And the amount that he says is crazy.
I got the following. I got 28,000. I got 200,000 on TikTok. 300,000, 500,000. How do I monetize these people? You know what I mean? And so,
now that's a really bad clip out of context as well. I feel like this is also one of my main complaints, which is I think there was also another channel that was calling out Ruslan for like, oh my goodness, this is cringe, and this is you Christians shouldn't be doing this and making a profit. But again, just note the framing. The framing here, they're using a lot of old clips as well. I to me anyway, considering a lot of these clips are from like 2020 before and pre 2020 as well, I'm not as mean. I wouldn't find these like as damning indictments of Ruslan's greed or something like that.
how do I monetize these people? You know what I mean? Once you create the content, more content, more content, more content, you'll grow your audience. And then you got to find a unique way to monetize them.
Which is like, it's not, it's again, like, it's unfortunate wording. I wouldn't ever use that wording, right? I will say that that's probably where Ruslan goes wrong here, right? Which is like, oh, I'm gonna monetize my audience. That's probably a bad way to say it. But I think in like the business world, you would be very used to just saying that, like, oh, we're gonna monetize our audience. It's a bit funny. Now that I've re-listened to this a couple of times. But yeah, there's that.
I like shoes and I like money. And you got to figure out what is your product going to be? What can you sell people? That's the actual question, right? So we can pussyfoot around and we can say, oh, like I want to have a ministry and I want to do this and I want to do that, right? But what we're really asking is like, how do I build a business? I make money off of my merchandising. So I don't really care about how many followers I have. I need those metrics to an extent for the credibility of them. But I'm more thinking, what is my bank account going to look like in the next 2 to 3 years? I bring up
Again, it's like the framing here is like, oh, it's trying to indict Ruslan here. When did Ruslan have dyed hair? I'm not aware. it's again, it's like, I think the framing here is unfortunate because I don't think it's like a how do I say this? It's like, I think, especially on YouTube as well, like YouTube isn't necessarily just a ministry. And I think for us, for those of you who are regular viewers of Ruslan, right? Ruslan's not like I don't think he's trying to create, like, it's not, he's not creating a ministry. It's a business, right? Like the YouTube channel is a business. Like and the business is the creation of YouTube videos and then producing them and then putting them online. Like that's the business that Ruslan's trying to create here. So again, this channel here, Line of Fire, Matt Mason, he's trying to frame that, oh, look how greedy Ruslan is, but it's just, I don't think that's the reading that you get from this.
Up the slightest thing about y'all getting paid, and it's prosperity gospel. Ruslan, you're preaching that prosperity. Die for the gospel, champ. You need to lay your life down. I do it for the Lord, so I don't really need to make money.
It's really sad to hear this mindset that I have X number of followers and my mindset is, how do I monetize them? How do I find ways to extract money from them? What he's admitting to here is treating ministry work for the Lord as a business, where it appears that the gospel is the product and the followers or the viewers are the customer. For me, I just put out the content that I believe is the most impactful for people.
And again, it's like, that's how you treat YouTube. It's not, because YouTube ain't, like, YouTube's not just like this random thing. Like, YouTube is generally, like, I think to have the mindset that YouTube isn't a business at all, to have a YouTube channel isn't a business and it's just a side thing, like, you're perfectly able to, you're perfectly at the liberty to do that. You're perfectly at the liberty to make that judgment. But at the same time, it's just like, oh. YouTube is a business, and many YouTubers have admitted that, yet only Christian YouTubers get attacked for saying this is a business. Yes, this is a double standard. YouTube is a job for a lot of people. So like that might be Ruslan's job, right? It's not like his. And again, like when you look at what the purpose of the Ruslan channel is, it's not primarily to spread the gospel, right? It's a commentary channel first. Like it's a commentary politics channel first, plus with an element with Christian elements attached to it, right? It's not like a that's the thing, right? I think this is the misunderstanding here, right? Which is like we're assuming that all Christian channels are ministries. However, that's not what all Christian channels are. Like we're in the next era of Christian YouTube, right? Like I don't consider this YouTube channel a ministry. This is an anime channel first that has Christianity attached to it. So there it is. I don't think it is the fact he sees it as a business. It is about the fact that he needs 7 figures and prioritizes that over being charitable at times and biblical. I think you're making a lot of assumptions there as well. Of course, like I think that's but at the same time, I think if you're not gonna be if you're going to be charitable, where are you gonna get the money from if it's not from a business? Or if it's not, if you had like a bunch of money to the side, like the people who are the most like, of course, like it's amazing that there are a lot of people who provide to charity, who are charitable still, despite their lack. But I think at the same time we have to be serious. Like this is why I'm a big believer in institutions, why I like people like Redeemed Zoomer, because he's got the right idea that if we Christians need to be in control of institutions to the point that they are able to actually like they are actually able to get money. They're able to actually have businesses to gain money, and then through that the charity happens. So there you go. That's all I'll say. It's like condemning veggie sales for selling toys and DVDs. For real. So yeah, Matt acts like Ruslan is an Indian scammer or something. And the thing is, there are a lot of word of faith preachers which are way worse than this, right? When I think of someone like Kenneth Copeland or Jesse Duplantis, like those sorts of people where they're like, oh, you got to sow a seed. Is Ruslan saying that you got to sow a seed? No. Like, what's Ruslan saying? Oh, I'm gonna sell you a hoodie. That's all it is. They just talked about this live. How can you have charity if you have nothing to provide to your own family? For real. Dave Ramsey goals. Again, it's like I think Dave Ramsey is a bit cringe sometimes, but I think it's like he has like the right motives. I hope to make a Christian gaming channel. Yes, you best do that. Go. This might be a little out of context, but Revelation does state all of those words are good for profit and correction. Yes, that is a bit out of context. That's pretty funny. How is my mustache looking extra sharp today? Tell me, Salami. How is it? How is it, my dearest? But yeah, those are the sorts of things that I'm it's a bit annoying. And again, like I'm anticipating this because I've already gotten a bit of pushback for the fact that I have like members only content and members first content. But again, it's like, if you do want to support the channel, like in my mind anyway, for me, YouTube ad revenue is to me that's to be treated as extra. What's actually going to be what's actually something that's going to provide me with an actual basic income is YouTube memberships. That's ultimately it. Because it's people who already have an income and are able to support this channel through that and purchase early access to videos or purchase access to members only content, right? Or to want to have a badge or to want to have access to emojis and those sorts of things. That's the value that we're getting from this. Those are the sorts of things, right? And is that necessarily bad? No, it's not, because like I'm not showing partiality to you. Or I'm gonna save that for when he brings up that verse, actually. So yeah, all human beings are equally valuable. Yes, they are. I've considered getting back into gaming. Might get a VTuber avatar. Any recommendations for people to make one? I actually, if you look in the description of this stream, it should have the link to my VTuber Papa. So yeah, Salami, don't do it. Do you look like your VTuber? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna disclose that. There you go. Definitely not, actually. My hairstyle's way different. So there you go.
And if people want to help support that work freely, out of the generosity of their heart, praise God.
Oh, give me a second, guys. Oh my goodness, I'm about to die here. Oh. Oh, my sincerest apologies, chat. My sincerest apologies.
But to sit there thinking, how do I extract money from these people? I just can't believe that. It reminds me of the Bible verse in 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 3, where it says, "And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not." And this is talking about false teachers. But if there is a warning to them in terms of making merchandise of people, how much more should others heed that warning? And
also, I notice here making merchandise with people is like that. That's the so yeah, it's like it's
avoid such a practice. Something else I want to discuss now is
the reason why I say that is because it's like I feel like he might not be being intentional in this, but he's saying making merchandise of people in order to like in order to apply this to Ruslan, making merchandise, like making like merch for the channel, right? So yeah.
Upcoming conference that Ruslan's ministry is hosting. If you have a look at the ticket prices, they are exorbitant. 3-day VIP pass, $500. A 3-day general admission is $300, and even a 3-day child ticket is $230.
You know, is that bad? It's a conference. It's like, it's not a... I think... People gotta eat though, yes. You need to make money one way or the other. I think again, it's like, what's this? If it's 300, that would be 600, around 600 Australian, which is a lot of money. Like I wouldn't get I certainly wouldn't get a VIP ticket, which is, what's that? It's $1,000 for going there for 3 days. Like, wait, I gotta see, what's the HoloLive Expo tickets? I want to see what the ticket prices are for HoloLive Expo. Let's compare this to if it's cheaper. Can you translate it? Do you have prices? Oh, they do have prices. So, okay. Funnily enough, this is actually comical. I'm just aware that HoloLive, their HoloFest is coming up, and the prices for that is 9,800 yen, for general reserved seating, and that's the stage apparently. Wait. And for just general admission, for venue tickets, 5,500 yen, I think. Okay, so what's that in American money? I don't think it's USD. That's like 37 US dollars. That's actually pretty funny. That's pretty funny that the HoloLive Expo is way more it's way cheaper to go to HoloLive Expo. I'd actually, if I bought the plane ticket to Japan and got a ticket to HoloLive Expo, that would be way cheaper than if I went to Ruslan's conference. Okay. I gotta admit, maybe it is a bit expensive. But yeah. Again, it's like I do want to see what's the Ruslan conference. Of course I gotta use HoloLive tickets. Bless God Summit. Let's see. Um, who do you get here? I mean, you've got a lot of people joining. You've got a lot of people who are looking. They do have sponsors as well. Maybe the price is a bit. Maybe I will admit that the price is a bit over the top. Yeah, for 500 US dollars for the VIP ticket. So for 500, we've got this live so that we're gonna judge Ruslan. So it's $500 for the VIP ticket for 3 days. Wait, let's put this into HoloLive terms. If it was HoloLive, you would get it would be $150 for 3 days. I think that would be the equivalent. Okay, I will admit, maybe Matt here is right that these tickets are a bit insane. But it's $500 for lounge access, premier seating, you get a merch bag, and it's a Ruslan meet and greet. It's $75 for a meet and greet, which is like HoloLive would be cheaper as well. It is it cheaper to go to HoloLive to most anime convention. Okay, maybe this is a bit too expensive. For the general conference ticket, it's $300. And you pay it forward to someone who can't financially afford one. But again, like in terms of who's here, the value that you're getting, you've got John Keith, Preston Perry, you've got Sean McDowell, Dustin Tavella, Arthur, that guy, Nick D, you've got Lila Rose, Trizzle Fitness, Mike Jones, Jeff and Aaron Moores, Ryan Horton, Alan and Jen Parr, Miles Minnick, John McRae, Ryan Pineda, Nate Sala, Dallas Jenkins, Ed Newton, Chris Brown, Gavin Ortland, Godlogic Apologetics, Daniel Golding, and David Wood. You know, I'm a bit. You don't know half of these people. I don't know half of these people, but I'm aware of like a couple of like the mainstream ones anyway. So yeah. I'm a bit conflicted on this because you've got a lot of people there. You've got a lot of people there who are, you know, they're providing value to you. That's the thing. So, but is it how much is that a day? Let's do that on the calculator. What's that? It's for general admissions $300. So it's $100 a day. Is that egregious? And assuming you're there 6 hours. 100 divided by 6. And I think 6 it's like $16 an hour. Still not worth it. And you've got all of those people there who are speaking on things. It depends what they're speaking on as well. Oh, this is all right. Let's see what the cessationist conference was. How much that was. Cessationist conference tickets, ticket prices. I think that's the. I'm just gonna see how much that was, just so we get a comparison. Unless we can't. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. I will say though, $100 a day. Goodness. 100 American dollars. Would I go to a conference full of all of those people for $100 a day? It might be a bit much, but again, it's like these are the sorts of things like you're paying for, are you paying for food? Probably not. Venues in the US cost way more because of staffing costs. Oh. But then again, like if I went to HoloLive Expo, I'd have to pay for the plane ticket. I'd have to pay for the hotel as well. And you're not paying that. Like if I did go to the US, I'd have to pay for the plane ticket. have to no, sorry. For the same amount of money that I would go to Whole Live Expo, that's the same amount that I would basically get by buying a ticket to this conference. Christian YouTube is considered really far more better than Christian Twitter. Yes, for real. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. We might concede that point. Maybe the ticket prices are a bit too expensive, but again, I don't know how much the costings are. They obviously do have sponsors, and yeah, I don't know if that's how comparable that is to other conference prices if you were going to another conference. So but just from a surface level, yeah, sure, we'll concede that point that the ticket prices might be a bit too expensive.
$36. This reminds me of the Bible verse in Matthew chapter 6:24, where it says, "No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be..."
And again, it's just like I think it's, we don't know the reasons why the ticket price. Oh, whoops, we don't know the reasons why the ticket prices were this much, but it's. I think for him to bring up this verse when we haven't considered maybe the price is justifiably that high because of the price of the venue, and maybe like we don't know what the profit margin is. We don't know how much money they did. They paid by getting all of these people from all over the country to this conference. Like these are the sorts of things that I'm thinking of. So yeah, most people on an average American paycheck can't afford that. But at the same time, if you're on an average American paycheck, are you really going to go to this conference? Like that's the thing. I think it's like this is a conference for a very specific type of person, and I don't think that's a bad thing if it's for a very specific type of person. The overall cost really isn't that different once you factor in the conference ticket, plane ticket, hotel, maybe rental and car / Uber. So I'd say that as well, right? Which is like if you can't afford going to this conference, probably best not to go to it. If you are able to afford it, maybe that's the target audience that they're looking for it. So yeah.
Be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. And when we're coming at ministry, we have to ask ourselves the question, why are we doing this? Are we doing this to serve God and to help people? Or are we doing this to run a business and to create a comfortable life?
Again, it's like, but is Ruslan a ministry? Is the Ruslan YouTube channel a ministry? And no, it's not. Like, it's a commentary channel first. It's a conference. This is a conference for a commentary channel. And this is like, you've got apologetics as well. Wait, I want to see like how much, let's compare this to like an apologetics conference. Let's see if there's a couple. Apologetic Con. Oh, let's see. Let's see this. Do you have tickets? Okay, Apologetic Con. You've got a bunch of people. So you've got Lee Strobel, Lisa Childers, Chip Bennett, Mike Lycona, Braxton Hunter, John LeCrae, Alan Parr, Michael Jones, Nate Sutherland, Christine Sneeringer, oh goodness, Mary Jo Sharp. And let's see what the prices are for this. Do you have prices? And for 2 days, it's 125. Okay, that's a bit egregious. I'm gonna say that. Are we about to hit 300 members on the Discord? Oh, thank you for letting me know, Silly Salami Slapper. So admission pass to go to Florida Apologetic Con is 125 for early bird. And considering you're probably gonna get a lot more from the apologetic conference than from Ruslan's Bless God. What even is the point? Ruslan conference. Bless God Summit. Let's see, what are you even gonna... Just got here. You found a way to make more money off this Christian anime thing. Oh, just note, just look at the community post that I posted, and you'll get a sense of what the deal is. Let's see. Okay, look, okay. It looks like the Bless God Summit doesn't actually tell you what they're gonna be yapping about. So, so yeah, Valorian just opened YouTube. Just go into the community tab. Sorry, I know, like, I don't want to explain all of it again. So yeah, but we're just reacting to this video right now, which is in relation to this guy. He explains it in his videos. Yes, I know, but I think if I was invited to go to the Bless God Summit, I would like it. I'd love it. If you would do it. Oh, I'm assuming. Okay, wait, give me a second. Yeah, California prices are outrageous. Maybe it's like that's the case. All right, cool. Let's continue.
For ourselves.
Fam, I'm in San Diego. I'm in one of the most expensive places to live in the country. Taxes and cost of living. I'm living in Southern California. I would like to live in Southern California. I've been everywhere else. I can't do it. I went to Florida. It's like, there's no way I can live in Florida. Ask my wife. Nope, she can't live in Florida. Right? I'm going back to Florida for some business stuff next week. I'm not going to live in Florida. I'm not going to live in Texas. I'm not going to live anywhere. I'm in Southern California. I have to live. I'm going to live in Southern California. I'm staying. I'm not leaving. Guess what? I have different problems than you to solve. Guess what? I have to make more than 6 figures. Guess what? I have to figure out how to get into $1 million home and pay it off. My problems are different than you.
I don't know how this comes across.
And again, it's just like, I think, but like, for him to be living in California, it is a lifestyle choice, right? It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world that he wants to live in California, especially if there's like families there, and if he does need that sort of income to live there, like, that's perfectly fine. I don't think it is. Are we still sub 5 minutes in the video? Yes, we're about to hit 5 minutes. I feel bad for him, no matter how bad. Nobody should have to live there. Yes, I know Salami is a Californian bro, so there you go.
Across to you, but to me this comes across as a mindset of a lack of denial of self and entitlement mentality.
No, it's not a choice. My family is trapped by poverty. Oh, I see. Yes. No, I think, sorry. I think if you are able to, like, if, like, intentionally living in California, even if you have the resources to move somewhere else, that's a lifestyle choice. Of course, like, if you're trapped there by poverty, that's unfortunate. Like, that's not a choice. So yeah. Yes, poor Salami.
I can understand if someone wants to live in a certain location because of proximity to family or support systems. That's one thing, but that doesn't sound like what he's talking about here. I visited India a number of years ago and spent some time in the slums with Christians, and I can tell you what, those people would have absolutely no hesitation moving to a reasonable sized home in Florida or Texas. In fact, they would consider that to be a mansion.
Some of you guys like, I don't know, changing your...
And again, it's like, I think for the Christian, we are at the liberty to choose these things. Again, as well, Ruslan's career is in music, and I'm sure he's gotten a ton of money from that as well. If you live in the coastal counties, then yeah, you're making the choice to live here. I see, but not like not in like non-coastal California. I understand that. What are they gonna yap about? Yes, I think that's ultimately it, right? Which is like, of course, there are people who are living in lack all over the world, and that's unfortunate as well. But at the same time, right, I think some of us are like, maybe someone like Ruslan is called to be a business person, to be a business owner, to be able to gain this wealth and be able and to bless others. And I'm like, we're assuming as well that he this is under the assumption that he isn't being charitable. So those are the sorts of things that we're considering when it comes to this.
Your own oil, or like working on your own car, and you're like, I say
also as well, it's like, I don't think I'm pretty sure Ruslan probably doesn't take a salary. Like, most of the money probably goes back into the YouTube channel and into the business. It's like, it's not like something that he's I don't think he's living in an ivory tower, right? That's
much money changing my own oil or fixing my own toilet. I don't do none of that stuff. That's a waste of my money and my time, because let's just say my hour rate. Like if somebody were to reach out and say, I need a feature, or I want to do some one-on-one consulting, I'm not doing anything for less than $500 an hour. That is what my time is worth to me.
I can understand the mindset of, if I'm making X amount of dollars, it doesn't make sense for me to spend time on this particular task or that task. And in fact, getting someone else to do that, paying someone to do it, can actually be a benefit to that.
Just joined, you need a little context. So the title of the video, we're looking at someone we're currently reacting to a video about some criticisms of Ruslan's like business strategy. That's all it is. That's all the context is.
That person as well. I have no problem with that. But the way that this is stated, it comes across as these tasks are beneath him. And it's incredibly tone deaf, because there are so many people that are struggling at the moment, and they are trying to save every dollar that they can. And for a person whose content is preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ, supposedly, to then come on and boast.
And again, like, that's not the content, is it? It would be so unfortunate if that was his content, but that's not the content that Ruslan is. Like, Ruslan's content is, he is a commentary channel first. He is a political commentary channel first. It's not a gospel centered, like with gospel attached to certain parts of it. That's all it is. So yeah.
And say I wouldn't do anything for less than $500 an hour is incredible. We see in the epistles that Paul actually spent time in certain locations as a tent maker, doing menial work for the very purpose that he wanted to distinguish himself from the false teachers that were making merchandise of people based.
And again, it's just like where it comes to the categories of how we treat YouTube, right? Because if YouTube, being a YouTuber is genuinely a job, right? Like, you are creating content, you're getting money as a result of from ad revenue. It's a job, right? That's what it's not just like some kind of. It's not just like this random thing that you're able to do. Like, there are genuine, like, there are businesses built around YouTube. That's all it is. So yeah, this kind of behavior from high profile Christians is incredibly embarrassing. What's embarrassing about it then? So yeah.
Basically, but here Ruslan is saying that unless I'm making $500 an hour, it's not worth it for me. So if we have a look at the money that's coming in through ad revenue from his channels, we can see that he's probably making around.
So the fact that they're using this website, it's I'm pretty sure this website is. Wait, actually, I want to see if I'm on this website. This is Social Blade, isn't it? I want to see if I'm big enough to be on here. Christian Anime Podcast. Oh, you mean things like scamming? I see. Oh, no, I'm not on here. Christian Anime? You sure? Oh, I am on here. That's actually, okay, that's not a... That's insane. That's insane. So Social Blade is giving me a B-. I'm apparently ranked 2000 in Australia, which is that's cool. That's pretty cool stuff. In terms of subscriber rank, I'm in the top 12,000. It's pretty cool. That's actually not bad. 79% of the way to the top. Okay, I'm actually quite chuffed with that. That's not too bad. That's not too shabby. But in terms of estimated monthly earnings, how accurate is this? Should I say if this is any accurate or not? Right. Yeah, I'm not gonna say if this is any accurate, but this is like it's got a good range. It's got a good range. That's all I'll say. An estimated yearly earnings. I'm definitely not making $6,000 off this channel a year. 6,000 a year. Goodness gracious me. So yeah, hey, that's not too shabby. That's not too shabby. So I did just want to highlight that because I know Social Blade isn't super accurate. I would say like I'd agree with that as well. Like he's definitely not. I don't think Ruslan's considering how much he's pushing merch, considering how much he's pushing the summit, considering how much he pushes the Patreon as well. I don't think he's making 80,000 a year. That's all it is. So yeah. You're never gonna monetize your channel ever. I think you should. You should find you should find ways to make money. Like that's it. Yeah, probably best to consider not revealing your financial info. Yes, best not. Best not. You're not interested in making money. You're interested in preaching the truth of Christ. Yes, but if you are not monetized on YouTube, that means the YouTube algorithm isn't going to push you further. The YouTube algorithm doesn't push you as much as it does videos which are monetized. So yeah, like you're free to say that. You're free to just say that you're interested in preaching the truth. But the reality is on YouTube is more likely to push content that is going to monetize you. They're more likely to push videos which are monetized. So that's all it is. Why do you think your Sakamoto Days video boomed so big recently? It's only because Sakamoto Days is a current topic. That's all it is. Welcome, Cushion Sap. Just got here. Can't stay long. You can get a quick summary by going to the latest community post. That's all I'll say. And also, we're currently reacting to a video that's criticizing Ruslan for his like making money. That's all it is.
$150,000 US a year from ad revenue alone.
No. And yeah, so I don't think. Just looking at my thing, I don't think he's making 150,000 US dollars. Like this is, I reckon he's a bit closer to the middle. So as I said, considering he's really pushing Patreon, considering he's really pushing the summit and merch as well, I don't think he's making much money from actual YouTube ad revenue. So I don't think that higher estimate is probably inaccurate. Monetization isn't much money anyway. Yes, it isn't. So it's like a couple of pennies. But ultimately, like YouTube pushes content if you have monetized it. I'm pretty sure that's the case anyway, because it doesn't make sense from a YouTube standpoint. Like if you aren't monetized, that's why like even channels that aren't monetized yet do have ads running on them. So YouTube just automatically runs ads on all videos. So it's only when you get into the YouTube partner program when you turn it off. I still think it's the case that YouTube doesn't. It's less likely to push your content because YouTube isn't making money off of it. So yeah. No, I don't want to make money off of preaching. Yes, I know. I'm just saying though that if you do want to preach and you want better reach, then it's best to monetize it because YouTube will push it more. That's all it is. So
I would think that $150,000 would be more than a reasonable enough amount of money to live off of, especially for someone who is preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. I would feel very uncomfortable receiving a large amount of money for doing that. I actually have a personal conviction myself not to run ads on my channel, and I've spoken about that before. And
yeah, it's like perfectly fine. You're perfectly fine to have that personal conviction. I'm just saying that you're not. I don't think you're being. You're not going to be pushed by the algorithm more. Is all it is. So yeah. And again, it's like it comes to that fact of like what's the audience you're trying to capture on YouTube, and if you're just wanting to preach on YouTube. I'm not sure if that audience is on there. Like that's the thing. Like looking at this. No, let's not judge this guy's channel. But I think if someone just came up to me and said, "Oh hey, I'm just gonna preach the gospel on YouTube," I'm sure there is an audience for that on YouTube. But I don't think it's like a. But YouTube is done in a way. There's a reason why I do things on YouTube and the way that I do things, the way that I do clickbait stuff. There's a reason why I do that. And it's because that's the way the YouTube game is played. So, yeah. Don't people who work in the church get paid anyways? Yes. What's the difference between running the church and spreading it in terms of pay? I don't know. Like that's the thing. I know. I'm 7 minutes into the video. I generally just can't trust anything regarding money making in Christianity, especially considering how that has gone historically. And I don't think that's like I get that there are like especially within like the abuses within the Catholic Church, but I think a lot of the so-called abuses of the Catholic Church, there are cases that there has been corruption that has occurred. But what did the Catholic Church do with that money? They built churches, they supported people, they built hospitals, they built universities. Those are the sorts of things which I'm pretty like that's the good thing about the Catholic Church, which is like as an institution, the fact that they have got so much money that they were able to support like Western civilization. They were the leading force in guiding Western civilization. So you can say poverty gospelists have a point. Yeah, you can say that, but are you gonna build institutions? No, you're not. Are you gonna be more effective at preaching the gospel? No, I don't think so. So I think the spread of the gospel isn't it's not diminished just because you're making money off of it. So yeah, they also paid off a lot of people. Yes, clickbaiting in 2025. Sorry, I shouldn't say it's like I know that's an accusation made of me that I make a lot of clickbait content as well. So yeah, that's all it is. Oh, and we'll continue.
If there's someone that could use the financial support, I mean, I've foregone thousands of dollars in ad revenue, especially as the channel's been growing and growing. If there's anyone that could use that money, it would be myself, having gone through years of chronic illness. I could see how easy it would be for many.
Unfair monetization of faith was bad, but it was only for around a short period. Yes, again, it's like for the Catholic Church as well. I think a lot of the abuses, so-called abuses anyway, get very overblown because it's like people are always trying to like bash the Catholic Church. Again, like, no, I'm not Catholic, I'm Baptist. Like I still have problems with the Catholic Church. It's just that I think some of the monetary / corruption problems, there are cases of it occurring in history, especially during like the Middle Ages. But at the same time, it's like note that this is the institution that did build up Western civilization. So yeah, it's not that bad. Don't forget the Poles. Yes, look up the Battle of Vienna. Very cool.
Many
very
channels
cool
out
people. All I'll say.
there to basically make them.
No way you just uttered out so-called abuses. Yes, I did. I just did say that because it's like I'm not that anti-Catholic lunatic. It's like it's a you know I'm ecumenical. Normally the abuses were from certain regions going rogue, but the church would go and fix their issues. Yes. Your page, Christ in Comics. All right. Just so that I remind myself. Christ and Comics. Ooh, you've got an okay following. No way. It's properly good stuff. Oh no, I know you. I know where you're from. I know this guy. This guy's on TikTok, isn't he? Well, we'll come back to your channel, mate. I'd love to give some feedback on it. Yeah.
Most sensational content as possible, get as many views as possible, get as many dollars through advertising, and make a very comfortable living for themselves. But that's not my mindset. My mindset is to make the most impactful content that I can for people, even if it's not always the most popular. Some of the topics will be, and you can see that in my most viewed videos. If I did those types of videos every video and I ran ads, I could make a very, very comfortable living. But it's not about that for me. So on top of this, he also has a Patreon account with almost 7,500 patrons. That is incredible.
7,500 patrons again. Okay, so just note here what he's about to say. Goodness,
I can't even estimate how much money he would be making on top of the ad revenue just from Patreon. It would be.
Okay, I can't even estimate. Let's estimate that 7,500 patrons. Let's see, Ruslan Patreon. This one actually really bugged me. The fact that he said like I can't even estimate. No, you can damn well estimate it. In Australian dollars, 12,000. Let's say it's 7,500 members. Core outliers. I think let's be really conservative and say like maybe around 20%, maybe even 10%. I don't think like I think around 750 people would pay the core outlier. So let's say around what's that? 7,500 times no. I'm doing this wrong somehow. Where is it? There you go. Times 7,500. I'm doing maths properly, guys. Times 0.9. That's around 6,750. So just and from that $12.50 Australian, he's making around like 40,000 US. 40,000 US from the entry level people. So, and then just make that 35 times 750. So assuming only around 10% of people get the higher tier of that, that is like around 14,000 US dollars. So what's that? I think so. Overall, I'm pretty sure he makes like around 30,000, probably around 30,000 from Patreon, 30,000 to 40,000 on Patreon. So it's like not it's not an egregious amount. Oh, 30,000 to 40,000. Oh, that is monthly, isn't it? Oh, no way. Wait. Maybe he is onto something. 30,000 to 40,000 monthly. Oh no, that's actually, yeah, sorry. 30,000 to 40,000 monthly. That's not actually too bad. And let's go on like the higher estimate of that. Per month, that's around oh goodness, half a million. It's half a million American. No way. Okay, that's pretty good. That he's actually done pretty well for himself. That's not bad. It's good.
Well over six figures, probably in the multiples of six figures.
Yes.
Now I don't have a problem with Patreon.
That is true. That is true. So we have just calculated that. You know what? Maybe he has a point there.
I have a platform myself, and you can support me there if you believe in the work that I'm doing.
But again, it's like, I think the fact that he has that's the thing that just goes to show that memberships are the way in terms of like actually making money on YouTube, and it's not like through ad revenue. So yeah.
But if I was running ads and I was making 100,000, 150,000 plus from ad revenue, I wouldn't then also be taking money from people on Patreon to maximize my income. To me, that is just excessive. That is just greedy. How much money does it
again, it's like, what's the value that you're getting from the Patreon? Like these people, like people who are getting a membership on Patreon, they're not like getting scammed. They're not like saying Ruslan's not saying you gotta sow a faith seed. What do you get? You get access to you get access to the like the uncensored content. That's all it is. And exclusive podcast episodes. Like, is it? He's not scamming people. It's just, and you also get access to the private Discord as well. Like, those are the sorts of things which are like, I think it's not egregious. There's value being made here. There's value being provided here, and it's not like the end of the world. Notice a pattern. He points out Ruslan and then says people can support him. There's that as well. But I don't think he's doing this maliciously though. He's not saying it in a malicious way. He is saying that you can actually support him, which isn't like, it's not a bad thing.
Minister of the gospel need. And many of these people would be...
Well, and again, is Ruslan a minister of the gospel? Yes, he is, as a base level Christian, but he's not like that's not his primary job. His job is a YouTube commentator. He is not. He's a YouTube commentator who happens to be a Christian. He's not like it's not a gospel focused. It's a business is what it is. What is his doctrine? I have no idea. Like we're just reacting to this video. That's all it is.
Far less well off than him, maybe even struggling. When I think of the mindset of how much money does one need, 1 Timothy 6, 5 to 6, it says, imagining that godliness is a means of gain, but godliness with contentment.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you, Jacob. You can't blame some people for being cautious. Yes. I agree. That's cool. I wouldn't call him confused either, Reagan. It's just that, like, okay, I do appreciate that there is there's a hyper skepticism of these sorts of things, which is kind of healthy to have sometimes. So, yeah, this mindset kind of reminds me how the church used to ban Christians from being bankers. And what if you scam people? It's just for the jokes, a bit of troll. No, definitely not. Hey, that's all good. See ya, Christian Sat. I do not know what AMOT is. gaming animator. You gotta give me the actual name of it. Give a man a fish. I don't think that's a Jesus quote, but give a man a fish, he eats for a day. I teach a man a fish, and he's fed for life. I don't think that's a Jesus quote. Say, a messenger of truth. Oh, that guy. So funnily enough, so YouTube tells me that my audience is actually so it says there's a section on the YouTube analytics that says channels that your audience watches, and apparently you guys like our audiences actually match together. So I think a lot of things that a messenger of truth says are pretty based, not gonna lie. The only thing he's a bit cringe on is evolution, but you know what, it's a secondary issue. We're not gonna divide over that. But otherwise that's all. You can't be saying that, lunatic. You are being cringe beyond belief. So yeah, I'd love to reach out to him more, because I know he's a he's a cool guy. I agree with most of what he says. He's not even a Calvinist. Like he's not a real Calvinist, and the reason why he's not a real Calvinist is because he's not actually Reformed. He doesn't go on a he just says, oh hey, I'm like he agrees with Calvinism to the point that it's biblical. Like it points out in the Bible. Well, that's what he says anyway. So he's not actually a real Calvinist, because he doesn't agree with he doesn't subscribe to all of the he's not Arminian either. You could describe him as a Calvinist, but he rejects the label. He just says I'm biblical. And he's not, and even if he would adopt the label, he's not. He's made videos about talking about how how God does give people cancer. Well, I'm not going to be controversial today. So I'm not going to make a comment on that particular thing, because I don't think if someone says God gave someone cancer, well, it's not like I'd have to cook on that a bit more. I'd have to actually think about it in terms of what my response would be. I saw a Calvin and Hobbes comic once. It had a bunch of snowmen Calvin made coming to the church to worship him. It was captioned Calvinists. I'm literally controversial every
is great gain. There are many out there who are preaching the gospel for gain, but the Bible says that we can be content. Hebrews 13:5, it says, keep your life free from the love of money and be content with what you have. I would say that this certainly would appear to me to be a mindset of a love of money, rather than simply doing ministry work and receiving finances for basic needs to be able to continue to do that.
I agree with that, Valorian. This is why I'm very, very ecumenical in this sense, because like we don't need to fight every single Christian on the internet. So there you go. Like even with Catholics, right? I'm still even though I have major disagreements with Catholic bros, and even though I still think like Eastern Orthodoxy is just comical to me. Like some of the things that Eastern Orthodox folks say are absolutely comical. I'm still happy to be in fellowship with them. So like it's not I don't think they're heretics. Same with Presbyterians, right? I disagree that they baptize babies, but you know what? I'm still happy to be in fellowship with them. So it's like that's all it is.
Consider signing up for our Patreon community for only $5 a month, where you'll get access to the replays of our daily after party streams, as well as the uncut extended versions of our podcast, Discord access that's private, and a discount code for our merch store.
Yes, I agree, Kay. The Christian infighting is more embarrassing than Ruslan's income.
For only $5 a month. Hey, if you want to see the extended version of this podcast completely unedited, consider partnering with us in our online community for as little as $5 a month. In exchange, you get access to these podcasts as we stream them live before anyone else gets to see them. You get access to the replay of our daily after party streams, access to our private Discord server, access to discount codes, and so much more.
So one thing that I want to mention as well with the Patreon is that he has it set up that there are certain perks that people can receive. So if you give him
okay, when we got to this point of the video, like this really grinded my gears, because I think it was a really annoying misuse of this particular passage, and we're gonna see how he uses it.
You receive certain perks, bonuses, extras, and the more money you give him, depending on the tier that you choose, the more of those that you get. I don't have any of that on Patreon. If anyone wants to support me, you can, and I post up there whatever I post up there. I don't tell people about it. People support me because they want to and they believe in the work, not because they're going to get something in return. Now, if we have a look at the conference here, one other thing that I wanted to mention is you have a look at the VIP ticket. You get VIP lounge access, premier seating at the front, and you get to meet Ruslan KD. There's a meet and greet. Now, if you have a look at the...
Yes, the paywalling of the video is a bit annoying, but it's not evil, right?
There's an add-on package as well, a meet and greet package, where you get to meet Ruslan for an extra $75, but you actually have to have the 3-day pass in order for this to be valid. I don't see how selling more expensive tickets, getting people to pay more money to sit closer to the front and be able to meet and have access to this YouTuber is a biblical way to do ministry. In fact, I feel it's
Again, right? If this was a ministry, I would be saying, yeah, that's a bit cringe, innit? Like, if this was a church, that is a bit cringe, innit? It's not a ministry, is it? It's a business. It's a conference. It's a I would be annoyed if this was like a church service, but it's not a church service, is it? Yeah. It's like the Redeemed Zoomer says that each denomination has its own positives and negatives. Yes. For real. This is... Okay, we're going to continue because he's going to... This isn't the thing that grinds my gears the most.
Contrary to what the Bible says, we see the Bible talks about partiality in James. So chapter 2, starting at verse 1, it says, My brothers, show no
This is it.
partiality as you hold the faith in our Lord Jesus Christ, the Lord of glory. If a man wearing a gold ring and fine clothing comes into your assembly and a poor man wearing shabby clothing comes in, and if you pay attention to the one who wears fine clothing and say, You sit here in a good place, while you say to the poor man, You stand over there, or sit down at my feet, have you not then made distinctions amongst yourselves and become judges?
Okay, let's apply this to every aspect of society. Okay. First class and economy class in planes. Is that showing partiality? Let's say if you have VIP seats in a theater or in a is that partiality then? I think like this conference isn't I think that at this conference, right, like this isn't like this just a general church service. This is a very specific, oh, hey, if you want to come here, these are the sorts of things that we are providing here. This is the service we are providing for you. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like the fact that they were saying, of course, we can criticize the price. Of course, we can criticize all of those things. But the concept itself of asking for money in order to provide the service, I don't think like there's this verse in no way applies, because this is a conference. It's not like it's not a church service. That's all it is. If you are tired or need someone to listen to you, I'm on Podcast Son's Discord. Yes. Truth. You know what? That's amazing of you, because I certainly will be too. will be annoyed. That's it.
With evil thoughts. Now, before I play you the clip of Ruslan saying how much money he feels he needs to make for ministry, I just want to mention something else. Apart from the financial side of things, Ruslan has shared the platform with some of the world's most notorious false teachers.
I think that was most of it that I was really that was really annoying me. But you know what? That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. All right. Okay. Is Christ in Comics still in chat? I'd love to give feedback. This guy, this looks like a pretty cool channel. That's all it is. Madoka Magica is a Christian anime. Not quite. Oh, he is still here. Okay, welcome. Okay, let's take a look at some of your most popular videos. I can see that that's a really, I like that you've already done a video on Berserk, because I refuse to do it. Has been Hotel. I think you've got here's some YouTube advice, for example. I think I'm just looking at all of these thumbnails, and it's just it's too busy. It's too busy. When we look at someone like, I think Giguk is always a good example for this. When we look at someone like Giguk, or if we look at someone like Mother's Basement, those are the two main big anime channels that I have. Whoops. Maybe let's not show that. That looks... Okay, best not. Whoops. Come on. Load for me. So just note that that's just my general things for this, which are like, I feel like the thumbnails are way too busy. Like even on here, on this One Piece video, I can see here. Whoops. Nope, I'm definitely back. No, I've returned. I'm definitely not online. I'm definitely online, chat. Don't abandon me. Let's see if Gigok's here. Okay, cool. You can see here on Gigok's channel, it is still slightly busy. It is busier, but there's like a focal point, right? There's a central point, right? Which is there's a main person always in the middle. And this is really common for a lot of anime channels, which is there has to be a focus on the thumbnail focuses on one person. When you've got something like this, when you've got like especially in this One Piece video, I cannot even see what's going on here. Like I can see maybe the One Piece, but just barely, right? Like the way that I would improve this One Piece, this is how I would do it, right? Which is I would have like Nami. Funnily enough, on YouTube, anime women do way better on thumbnails than anime male characters. So I would have like Nami on here, and then I'd have like a Christian cross here, and I would say there One Piece from a Christian perspective. I think even that title's way too long. So yeah, those are some of the things that I would say for this. Let's see here. A Christian reaction, Little Light Studios. I'd have a completely different thumbnail for this. I think that's way too much text. I'd say something to the effect of like, I'd do it similarly with how I did like Christian stop saying this about anime. The title of the video was Christian stop saying this about anime, and the video title was Nijuka on here, and then it says not satanic. So that's it. It's too unbalanced as well. Yeah, there's that. Yep, that's perfectly fine. Hey, look, we are all on this YouTube journey together, Christ in Comics. So yeah, I think this one here, this was one of your whoops. No, I didn't want to go on the video. There you go. No, that's so I think this one. What if Berus met Jesus? I think this is you're getting better. You're getting better here because it's like only focusing on two. I don't think you don't need to put the name, right? Because you've already got it in the title, right? What if Berus met Jesus? You don't need to write it again in the title of the video. This one here, I wouldn't have put the text there. The text is a bit hard to read. And again, I'd put more focus on the faces. You can see here, like this video has done really well. I'm assuming the click-through rate on this is much higher. The reason being is like this is much simpler. So yeah. Should Christians read Berserk? And then I just stopped it there. Should Christians read Berserk? Full stop. I wouldn't have said revealing spiritual warfare. Is it okay for Christians to watch Has-Been Hotel? Should Christians watch Naruto? Full stop, right? Remember, like, people's attention spans on YouTube is just like, it's too small. It's just too small. I hate to say it, but Mr. Beast is a good example of clickable thumbnails. Yes. So, yeah. Yes, and go to Nate Black as well. Nate Black has really good videos on it. So, yeah. Otherwise, what's your latest video here? Again, here is Wicked demonic. Just have a close up on the one. This is one thing that you have to get really used to. And I had to get really used to, which is people don't care about your face, especially for review channels. People don't care what you look like. Like when you look at there's a reason why when you look at Gigok's channel here, like Gigok's main channel, there's a reason why he doesn't show his face and only shows like cute anime girls. For example, let's go to like Gigok's Gigok VODs, for example. I think it's Gigok VODs. Okay, cool. So there's a reason why on the Giga VOD's channel, there's a reason why he puts his face on. It's because like if you're wanting to actually look for Gigak's opinion, you go on this channel, which is separate. But on Gigak's main channel, it's because it's mostly anime reviews. He's not just going to put his face on it, because that's not what people are there to look for. So yeah. What else can I say about this? So even from just that, I can also see you've got like you've got a wide range of video lengths. So I can see an 8-minute video, a 20-minute video, 20 minutes, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 6 minutes. I will recognize that I'm really bad at this as well. So but if you see on my channel, the average like video lengths, or the video lengths are about the same, or it's in the same ballpark. They're not exactly the same, but it's in the same ballpark of around, it's between 8 minutes to 11 minutes. So that's kind of the aim that I'm always kind of looking for. And if I do have like a 120-minute video, it's usually once in a while. It's not like every this is like a once in a lifetime kind of thing. It's not like a super thing for it. Oh my goodness. I recently started doing what Corey does and sharing the faith. Hey, that's cool. The second channel is actually about him, while his main channel is about anime in question. Yes. That's true. So yeah. And even on like if you look at something like what am I thinking of? Let's look at like Critical Drinker, for example. Critical Drinker. If you look at like any right-wing review channel, oh whoops, they were on Piers Morgan. What's Critical Drinker was on Piers Morgan? That's hilarious. Okay, so Critical Drinker, you can see here, like what's the focus? The focus is on the actual content, right? It's not the focus isn't on the and they're very simple, right? It's super simple. Because again, it's the focus is on the actual movies that the drinker's reviewing, not actually on the not necessarily on the drinker himself, right? So yeah, so that's it. Yes, my Clannad is one of my favorite animes as well. So we've got all it is. So that's my 2 cents for you. Even though I haven't even reacted to a video, I don't even know with it. Also, with your more 1 hour videos, just keep it to a live stream, because I don't like editing 1 hour videos. I'd never edit a 1 hour video, actually. Like I hate editing 20-minute videos. So like just the thought of doing a one hour video just makes me sad. That's what it makes me do. It makes me sad. So I think so I would keep everything anything beyond 1 hour I just do for a live stream, like I'm doing right now, and at least you're making content. So there it is. It's a blessing I show my face in videos. I'm sure you think that way. I'm sure you do think that way. So there you go. In terms of the actual topics that you're covering, yeah, okay, I do have a comment to do this. I think just keeping it on videos. If you ever have anything like topical, I would just keep it to a live stream, because that's your people who show up on live stream like are people who want to watch me because of like my personality rather than the actual content itself. Of course, the content matters as well, but it's not just that. But yeah, I think that's it. That's just my 2 cents for you. It's a cool channel. Go check him out, lads, if you want to check him out. So there you go. The long ones generally are TikTok lives posted for people who missed it. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on whether or not you should be doing that, because I don't have enough experience for that. So yeah, thank you, Valorian, for the $2 super chat. You hate the editing. No, I just hate editing 20-minute videos because it's just a slog to go through. I think around 10 minutes is 10 minutes is a good one to it's a good ballpark to aim for. It's just more enjoyable to do it. You're here for as a form of flagellation. You know, that's a bannable offense right there. That's all I'll see. Okay. Cool. I think that's it. We'll end it there for today. As always, stay safe, everyone. And yeah, stay safe. Don't get scammed. That's all it is. If I ever had a personal YouTube channel, it would never be a Christian channel. Yes, because it's like there are already a billion things to do it. Don't forget that stash, for real, for real, for real, for real. All right, have a blessed rest of your day, everyone. For those of you in my time zone, have a blessed rest of your Friday. And good night for the rest of you. Min, what are you doing here? What are you doing here, Min? All right, take care, everyone. See ya.